Hi everybody, I am Tamara Richter and this is The School Crisis, La Crisis de la Escuela, a channel where we talk about learning and education. Today is a very special episode because, well, it's in English, it's my first episode in English, and we have a special guest. We're going to talk about learning music. To give us more insight about this topic, we are joined by Fernando Cervantes. He's a music teacher and he teaches children and adults. So we're going to learn from his experience and we're going to answer the question that everybody's asking. Is it easier to learn an instrument as an adult or as a child? Hello, Fernando, and welcome to my podcast.
Thank you, Tamara.
So tell us, what do you think? What have you seen?
What I've seen is way easier for an adult to learn music, or for the simple reason of experience and all the connections that they already have in their brains. Like in your 60s, you have so many resources to go to when you want to learn a musical instrument. Something that happens to me as a learner is that every time I try to learn a new instrument, it becomes now easier and easier than before. And I really can't explain why, but I'm pretty sure that it's because I already know the basics of music theory and how music behaves in every instrument. And it's the same for almost every instrument. If I was an engineer and I have to make formulas and learn about distance and learn about speed and physics, the more I can understand about music. Just to give you an example, if you want to study harmony, you have to do a lot of mental calculations in the spot, very similar or parallel to doing a finance math equation.
Okay, so what you're saying is that if you're 60 and older, it's gonna be even easier for you to learn than. And then he also said that life experiences can help you to understand better the instruments. So, can you tell us a story of success?
I have one kid that came into guitar, not natural talent that you can tell, like there was everything already was there for him to learn. He just wanted to do guitar. And I had to start very slow. I had to start from the very beginning with getting strength on those fingers and then getting rhythm down. It took a long time, but now he's one of my best students. And it took for him a short time. It took for him from zero to good guitar playing like a year and a half. Now he's very, very, very satisfied. I am very impressed of his progress. But
how old is he?
He is, when I met him, he was 13 years old or 14, and now he's 15, if I'm not mistaken.
So it took him 1 year and a half to go from zero to good guitar player?
Better than when I was at his age.
Okay.
I want to compare that case with another case. I have a student, an adult, that is around his 50s, 60s, and he started learning with me once a week, every Wednesday. And he has been with me like around the same time as this other student. The difference is the theory. The adult was able to learn way faster, even surpassing my ability to understand concepts like faster.
Abstract concept, right?
Abstract concepts.
We're adults, we're better at.
Exactly. So what I mean is that older, you have more life experiences, more knowledge to compare whatever you're learning. You are what you mentioned, the transfer of knowledge from one discipline to the other. It's becomes like intuitive. So I know for a fact that this the student that I'm talking, the adult, is he is a of an MBA program and here at Houston. And if you see this, hi. I won't say names, but he is marvelous at what he does. So when I started explaining his harmony theory, which for me was difficult to learn, he started to grasp the concepts very, very fast. Also, he dedicated a lot of time to it, but I could understand, I could see that whenever I started explaining him these concepts, he would pick them up very fast. So the rhythm at which the kid was learning was faster in muscular memory aspect, but the adult was able to do more complex things than the kid. And he's not the only case. I also have another adult that is retired and started playing drums. And he always thought about playing drums. It was his dream. He never had the time. Now that he's retired, he's had one class, 1 hour, and now he's playing a couple songs in 1 hour.
Wow.
So that was impressive. A kid, comparing drum learning with a kid, the kid doesn't have the mental stamina to hold for, I don't know, 5 minutes of the same rhythm. Or an adult has more advantages than a kid, more resources, more knowledge to rely on, to transfer to another ability that they want to add to their tool belt. A kid with talent usually comes from a hard background because they were more passionate into the instrument than another kid.
That's very interesting.
That is very interesting because the kid that comes with the drive to learn a music instrument and actually takes it with dedication and passion, they are rare, and they when they want to do it, they just fight the disadvantage that they might have to learn the instrument, that they overcome it.
And you said it was about understanding the world. So that's a really cool thing, because it's not about playing all the time. It's about living. And if you live more and you have more experiences, then you're going to understand the guitar better. And music is life, right?
Yeah, but then when I mention these difficulties that a kid might have, I want you to think of Stevie Wonder, who is blind, or all the musicians that are blind. They have that big challenge when they are younger. They don't perceive the world as everybody else, but that's also their advantage because they pick up an instrument and the only thing they hear is music. They cannot see a graphics or aesthetic part of watching a musician perform. They come from the actual music. So the limitations become an advantage. For adults, they think that they are limited, but they are really not. Maybe go climbing on the weekends, so they already have years of grip in their hands, so they pick up the guitar. Oh, this is so easy. Well, of course, your hands are strong. Then guitar is gonna be pretty simple for you. So you never know. It happens with athletes. I have kids that are athletes, and they learn the instruments faster than anybody else. Because, for example, if I play baseball and I have to grip the baseball like in some way, then it's easier to grab a guitar and grab it correctly. I've seen kids that they struggle just with how to position their bodies next to a guitar, and I have to teach them from zero on how to sit down with the guitar. It doesn't come from intuition. Well, I see athletes that I give them a guitar and they immediately can copy whatever they see that I'm doing. And that is fascinating. But
that's interesting because there are a lot of skills that they are useful to play guitar, but they're not exclusively
yes,
for guitar players.
Yes, skills that are physical and mental. So try it and you might just be good at it.
Nice. Feels good to hear that. What do you find most rewarding about teaching music to different age groups?
Well, the ability to be impressed. Just it's something that grows over time. I see a 12-year-old kid picking up the drums and they are doing it like they always done it before, like their ability to imitate stuff or doing what they see is it's like watching a movie happen in front of you. So that's very rewarding. You being able to witness what's going on there, that's marvelous. Something that I love, and that is of teaching kids. And from teaching adults is the conversation that you can have with them when they realize that something or they discover something and they, oh wait, and they make the connections. This is just like that formula that I was watching the other day at my class, or this is, oh, of course this makes sense. This is just like back or something, and they make connections that I would never make. So I learn a lot of their connections or whatever they bring to my class. So I'm also learning a lot from them. So learn more from them than when you are teaching.
Incredible thing about being a teacher that you're always learning, and you think you're making your students learn, but you're learning way more from them.
And something else, when they do something that you were hoping for them to do, but you were not expecting that you were going to see it happening. For example, a kid performing on stage, and especially performing with you, it's something like that makes you go crazy, because this example, a drummer kid that learned to play, less than 6 months they were already playing with me at a gig in a restaurant, and that was amazing. Or another kid that started their album and published it on Spotify and whatever, and they went on to do something cool, music. And another kid that brought the hardest guitarist in the world that I've ever seen and started to attempt to play like them. And eventually they did it. And I was like, what? How did you do that? Like, I could see him every day practicing the same notes and the same guitar part, and he did it. Some stuff that makes you pretty proud of doing what you do as a teacher.
What advice would you give to someone who is hesitant to start learning music?
If you want to learn music, you're gonna be rewarded by yourself. You're gonna be, wow, yeah, you're gonna be surprised of what you can do. It's not hard. It requires a lot of repetition, a lot of sitting down, knowing your instrument. It will make you happy in the end. When you're bored, you're gonna be able to pick up a guitar and play a song, and then when you realize it's already been 3 hours that you've been playing music. It's just a world of happiness if you want to try. So don't wait. Like, there's music with laptops, and there's music with toys, there's music with guitars, drums, bongos. There are all kind of levels, instruments for any kind of human can imagine. So don't wait more. Go ahead and pick up an instrument.
And talking about technology, how do you imagine the future of music education or music learning?
Ooh, I'm excited. What I've seen this new era is that the information is already there. The of education is finding somebody who can guide you through this world of information, because that's the hard part. You need to know what you're gonna ask the artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's not like the kid can come to the world and, hey, I want to learn trumpet. No, first the kid needs to know what a trumpet is, listen to many trumpeter artists like Miles Davis or Dizzy Gillespie, and then the question will come, you know? And it's not gonna be enough for you to have everything at your disposition. So the kids now, and I've seen it, they pick up music production, and they have all the instruments, and they go like nuts, like that. Oh wow! So what should I do then? What should I do that? And they.
So it's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
This instrument.
But then, us as music teachers become guides through this overwhelming world of information.
Okay.
So that's what.
So you're more like a music curator.
Exactly.
So information is there.
Information. Teachers are going to become information curators.
Any final thoughts?
Well, that if an instrument is going to be one of the best journeys you're going to ever take in your life, enjoy it. Please go for it. go try to sing with your instrument. It's gonna make you happy, no matter how old you are or how young. Go ahead and try it.
Thank you so much, Fernando. This is Fernando Cervantes. I am Tamara Richter, and this was The School Crisis, La Crisis de la Escuela. I hope we can see you next time.